Hello everyone, Hound here with another War and Order video. So in this video what I'm going to be talking about is the college and your research priorities. So I'm going to talk about what I did myself and what I'm going to continue to do and what you should be looking into if you start off with the game. So basically resources, I would say you probably need a little bit of everything. You probably don't need to do everything. What I need to finish off is the gem gathering speed, because if you're a free to play player or if you want to play the game um, in a sustainable manner, you need to be able to collect gems, because that is what supports the majority of your functions within the game. Other stuff that exists in the resource category is not something that I would suggest everyone to focus on, because it's just a lot of resources that you have to spend to complete these research, and it's just not that beneficial earlier on in the game. Maybe later on in the game, when you have more efficient buildings that collect quite a lot of resources for you, it would be nice to get all of these other boosts done. But if you are starting off, you probably want to focus on the gem gathering speeds and do those. I still haven't done them because I've been a little bit busy with other research, especially with the development section, which I'll get into in a second. But I would like to also complete my gems, so every time that I gather gems, it would speed my process up. From there, let's go to the development, and this is where I've put the majority of my effort, mostly for the, the option of getting extra recovery on my stamina, um, getting the building construction boost, other building construction boost, again, more stamina. And the research, as you can see, kind of gets a little bit expensive. So I've been running out of resources lately on doing research. And, it just pushes some things off here and there. But what I like to continue doing is work on my research for stamina recovery speed, and then also the building construction speed, because as you go further up in the game, the building constructions take more and more time, so you want to be as efficient as possible. One other good thing here is you could increase your wounded capacity doing the medical facilities updates. I haven't done them fully. I've done this one fully, but I would also like to do that, because the more space that you have in terms of wounded, the less losses you have, and every time you get hit, there's an opportunity to bounce back. In terms of city defense, this is probably one that I would say you shouldn't really do much, because if you've been playing the game, or if you know a little bit about the game, you know that the golems could mess up your defense lineup. Um, what I still have quite a lot of golems, because it's really earlier on in the game, and you aren't there's not that many players that are quite strategic, so it is a good idea to have them earlier on in the game. But this isn't something that you want to use later on. So if you completely leave this section and just focus on a few of these abilities, just like the alliance defense possibly, um, you're probably set. You don't need to do them fully. This is probably the one research that I would say skip as much as you can here. Guardian Forces, again, this is really great research. The Angel Rally to get more angels quickly, the Angel HP, the Angel Attack. These angels do quite a lot of damage, so they could be a really valuable unit. What I would say is, if you're starting off the game and you only have level 1s, level 2s, 3s, sorry, if you're just starting the game and you have the very low levels of the angels, they're not going to be as effective. So this is possibly something that you could leave for later on in the game and get back to, because there's quite a lot of good research here that you probably need towards the end game of the game. But if you're just starting off, this is something that you could skip and get back to later on. And lastly, we get into the military section. This is a really good section to also focus on. Um, what I would say when you're looking into the military section is, what is the state of your realm? Is your realm a peaceful realm, or do you need to prioritize doing your military because people are going to be attacking you? In terms of what I'm doing right now, I'm staying bubbled as much as I can, so I don't really need to focus a lot on military. I do have a good amount of military research done, especially on, for example, like the attack. I have all of the first ones done, which is good. I would still prioritize my mage and archer attacks and keep the defense and HP more focused on the melee and your cavalry. And as you can see, I've done quite a lot of these. Not as far done because we're into a really new realm, so it takes a lot of time and resources to get all of this done. But what I would say is you probably need to do this military section if your realm is having war. If your realm is having peace, you probably don't need to focus on this immediately, and you could put this back and yeah, focus mostly on your resources and development, because those are what make sure that you have a sustainable city in the future and you can continue to play the game with a really smooth experience. But yeah, there's quite a lot of research to do, and most of them are really important. The only one that I would put off as much as possible is probably the city defense, unless, as I said, you want to focus on the alliance defense just to get an extra HP limit while defending. But other than that, the defense isn't really the best. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that it was helpful and you found it useful. That's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.